That touchdown drive.
Set to kick off.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back.
Oh, he wants it all. He's got it on the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Grab behind the line. It's Horn. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Tempo and overdrive. On second down, he'll let it fly. Hit as he throws. Wide open downfield. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. To the ground with the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes! How about this? A two-point conversion coming. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Makes the grab in the end zone for the two, and they go on top 8-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right.
Running toward the tape. At the 30. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up. He breaks a tackle. Baird is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. 3rd and goal coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And the ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Complete to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Run in the red zone. It's Scatterbo. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The corners are walked up tight. Gets it out fast. Moving toward the end zone. Ball out! Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Man, that's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Tried to play it conservatively there, just get something moving forward. Instead, they got knocked in reverse.
And now you're in danger because you're only on your 1-yard line. You may have to throw the football, but you better have a clock going on. This defense, they're going to be coming like they did.
And now the ball's loose. Loose ball squirting all over the place, and it went out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's loose. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arizona State! They'll go to the... Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must-score, but...
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Back to pass, it's Sanders. It's complete to the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Extending the play. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Looking to throw on second down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their two guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but When it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Getting some heat. The completion well past the sticks. And a nice grab with the defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Starting to feel a little pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it along the sidelines. Foot inbounds, and it's a 1st down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. What a disappointment. No good. After the missed field goal, it is still a 9-point game. And the Sun Devils will kick it away to start the 2nd half. Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Throws to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the 1st half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the 2nd half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down. And
he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The Sun Devils in the hurry-up. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets them up at the 26 with the first down. And the Sun Devils are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's right on target. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total. The Sun Devils have it in scoring position on first and goal. Touch pass on the run. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? With jet sweep pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Arizona number 25 with the carry.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
23, Colorado, 8.
He's going to bring it out from deep. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Line getting set on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Gets rid of it. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back, because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Looking to throw it again. He wants to go deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Lowers those pads. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know, if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
Looking to pass, it's Sanders. Coming, looking for the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
It's complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Bucks. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. From the gun. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. They were lucky to get him out of bounds. What a return as he almost took it for the touchdown. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Going to the run, it's Ncaa. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They're working that left side. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Touchdown, Arizona State! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it needed. It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And he's got it. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
31, Colorado, 16.
And he's going to run it back. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. He tries to take the top off. Makes a connection. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabbed behind the line. It's Horn. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down in the fourth quarter. It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Firing to the right, complete. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Buffaloes want to move quickly.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They keep attacking through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Hunter. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. The give as they work on that clock. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Back to pass, it's Sanders. Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On target over the middle. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. A new set of downs after the completion. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Comes out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Hunter. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet. And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. Wants to go up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field position for this offense. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. The offense set for a first down play. They'll leave it with him. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That last sack's not on the line. That's on him. Now it's third down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. It's Scatterbo. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He wants to throw it again. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Sun Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. Quickly complete. Nothing but green ahead. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Arizona State.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Touchdown. Arizona State. Number 10 with the carry.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Running back goes in motion. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead.
Arizona State, 37. Colorado, 22.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, keep hope alive.
Gonna let it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Sanders. The sweet feet buy a little time. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. He'll take another shot here. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. One more play to pad the stats. Quarterback will audible. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.